Hello guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the most disgusting movie I've ever seen in my opinion. It was on my entry for the 81 Oak Ridge competition. I'll be doing more reviews from that competition, so if you want me to do any special reviews, any specifics, just tell me in the comments. That'd be cool. Today I'm going to be reviewing the second part of the Vomit Gore trilogy. This is Lucifer Valentine's ReGoregitated Sacrifice. You can pick this up off Amazon for like $13. But I'm going to warn you many times in this review, so bear with me here. Before you purchase it, be sure you'll be able to watch it, because I've watched some pretty hardcore films. I mean, I've watched this, Salo, Serbian film, among many others, as you saw in my entry. And like I said, this is the most disgusting movie I've ever seen. On top of that, the gore effects are fantastic, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So, like I said, if you're going to pick this up, be sure you're going to watch it, because I don't want you guys to waste your money. And the warning at the back of the box does not even begin to describe this movie. It says, "Warning, this DVD contains strong violence and is not suitable for viewers of a squeamish nature. Do not watch if you are underage, have a weak stomach, or suffer from heart problems." That does not even begin to describe the content of this movie. This movie, I guess you could say, it could be best described. Mr. Parka said it was like a bad acid trip. That's a pretty good explanation for this movie. It is like extremely bad acid trip, with lots of vomit and lots of gore and sadistic content, I guess you could say. That would be my best description for the movie. The plot really doesn't make any sense. Or at least it didn't make any sense to me. It was very strange. I'm not even going to talk about that. The description on the back of the box doesn't even make any sense. Not to me anyway. Keep in mind, I haven't seen the other films, so maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think I'm missing too much. I don't think people watch this for the plot. The reason why the octopus is on the cover of the movie is because there's an iconic scene with an octopus in the movie. I'm not going to talk about it though, because I'm not going to spoil anything in this movie, because as you guys have probably guessed by now, I do not like to spoil things for you guys, because I continue to get spoiled in movies. Like, I know the ending to Necromantic 2, and I was really wanting to watch that movie. I'm still going to watch it, but, you know, once you know the twist or a scene in the movie, you know, it kind of shits on it for me, my point of view. So I will not talk about any of the scenes in this movie, and if I do, they will be without detail. The gore effects in this movie are fantastic. Very good. Very good. Lucifer has a hell of a gore team behind his projects. As Mr. Sculpting Fragments said in his review of this movie, it is the most realistic decapitation scene he's ever seen. And he knows what he's talking about. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen his channel. If you haven't, definitely go look him up. And yeah, the decapitation scene is very realistic. To say the least, the gore in this movie is very realistic. But the reason why I find this film so disgusting, and this is the only movie that I ever watched where I had to turn away from the screen and had to have a puke bucket. I didn't puke though. I was gagging a little bit. The reason why I had to do all that is because there's a lot of vomit in this movie. As it says, it's the Vomit Gore trilogy, so there's going to be puke and there's going to be gore. There's lots of puke in this movie. A lot of it is girls puking on each other. And from what I understand, Lucifer is a Satanist, and he's also turned on by puking. So I guess what he did was he combined his favorite things and made it into a trilogy. It's pretty disturbing in itself, to me anyway. But I heard he's a really nice guy. I mean, from what I've heard, like, he treats people really nice. And the women working in this movie, they weren't hurt at all, physically, mentally, or anything like that in this movie. And it was totally with their consent. So, you know, no harm, no foul, I guess you could say. But I guess you could say there is harm, because this movie will rape your mind, to say the least. And yeah, I'll probably give out another warning sometime by the end of this review, so watch out for that. This is the only movie in the Vomit Gore trilogy that I've ever seen, and the only one that I ever plan on seeing. especially after watching it. So apparently it's the most hardcore of the trilogy, but still I do not want to watch the other ones. What's funny is this movie is the most hardcore of the trilogy, yet it has the least dirty sounding name. The names of the movies in the trilogy go as follows: Slaughtered Vomit Dolls, Regurgitated Sacrifice, Slow Torture Puke Chamber. Which one sounds the worst to you? Not this one. This one sounds the least bad. I mean, yeah, and I guess the reason why this is done in crayons is, the cover art anyway, is kind of to have it look like a childish look, because there are these two like demonic angel characters in this movie who act like children, I guess you could say. Maybe that's the reason why. But I love the disc art. Very cool. It has another octopus on it. It has like a satanic goat. I think it looks really good. Apparently, there is a version of this movie out that was like a limited edition, had a different cover. And there were 3 copies of the movie that were done in crayon. And I know the Prince Cody, also known as Scumbag Hellbilly, owns that version. So, kudos to you. That's pretty awesome, I gotta admit. Having a movie where there's only 3 in the whole world, that is awesome. Anyway, I'm just going to say it one last time. Before you watch this movie, be sure what you're getting into. Only watch it if you are the most hardcore of the most hardcore. As always, guys, more reviews will be coming. And thank you for watching this review. I really appreciate it. Goodbye.